Hey everybody, it's Patsy here, and I just want to say hi to everyone this evening. And I'm going to be doing something a little different, just in celebration of the new setup. This hopefully is the permanent setup, at least for a while. And in honor of that, I'd like to do a reading this evening for the divine feminine and for the divine masculine. Okay, so what we're going to do this evening is we're going to be using the Gods and Titans cards for the divine masculine and the Goddesses and Sirens cards for the divine feminine. So we're going to get one card to represent the divine masculine and one card to represent the divine feminine. Then we're going to get get a few cards from the Archangel Tarot, my Archangel Michael Tarot. And then we'll get some information, some guidance from the Wisdom of the Realms guidebook. And that's by Colette Baron-Reid. And we will also be getting one Sacred Rebels Oracle card for both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And that'll be from, and this is from Alania Fairchild. Alana Fairchild. So let me just say this. This is not necessarily a couple. So it's not a love bite for the divine masculine and divine feminine. What I see it as, you could be a couple, but you could also not be a couple. It's just advice. It's just advice. That's how I would like to narrate it, explain it. It's not a love reading per se. That's not the intention. It doesn't mean that it won't end up being that. But this is more spiritual guidance reading. I think that's basically what it is. More of a spiritual guidance reading for the divine masculine and for the divine feminine. So I hope you guys can just be patient with me, okay? I hope I'm not disappointing too many of you out there. But I wanted to get this done. I'm not going to do 12 different ones of them either. That's too much. This is going to be the divine masculine and the divine feminine spiritual guidance reading, okay? And let's see how this goes. So first we're going to get a card for the divine masculine. These cards, both sets are by Stacey DeMarco and Jimmy Manton. Okay. Very nice. So for the divine masculine, we're getting Jiso support. Okay. And for the divine feminine, just one card, Spirit. Thank you. Just one card, Spirit. All right, let's do it like this. So exciting. These are brand new. But they're not brand new, but they've been sitting on my altar, but I just was led to use them like this. Now, there we go. There we go. Oh. Kitesh, pleasure. Okay. So, those are the energies that we are working with for our divine masculine and our divine feminine. Good. Give me a second, guys. It is windy today. Oh my goodness. Sounds like really crazy. You'd be, I didn't want to put on music because I didn't want to stop anybody from hearing. So let me know if the sound is good. Let me know if you're able to see on your end after I upload this. Get it over with. Wow, this one does not want to hold on. Okay. Okay, so let's read our guidance for the divine masculine. And this is Jiso. Support. Jitsu is a Japanese Buddhist god. More accurately, Bodhisattva, and that's spelled Bodhisattva, a being who helps relieve suffering and who chooses not to ascend to heaven until all beings have attained enlightenment. A gentle and kindly figure, he serves as a protector and guide to souls through the 6 realms of existence, and also watches over travelers in this realm. He guides souls through the 6 realms by leading them with kindness and by holding out the glowing Dharma jewel, the calming light that banishes all fear, as a torch to light the way. He is a particularly loving and supporting to children, young people, animals, and mothers. Jiso is also the embodiment of those who suffer. A gentle soul, Jiso reminds us that to have compassion for all, especially ourselves. That we are to have compassion for all, especially ourselves. Should he walk into your life, gently shake his staff. It is a reminder to support yourself in the best way possible. This may mean more consistent attention to your self-care, like getting more sleep and eating better food, or simply loving yourself more and being less judgmental of yourself and all your uniqueness. He asks that we also offer care and support to others, especially those who are really suffering, particularly from bullying, sicknesses, or loss. While it is infinitely precious to have unconditional support, it also is important to take responsibility. Many of us allow people to take care of us constantly, or we are constant caretakers of others ourselves. We need to find a middle path to enlightenment in this area, or we may develop unrealistic dependencies or resentments by neglecting ourselves in favor of others. So, this talks about maybe a tendency towards codependency, at the same time being protector, a provider, savior, basically. All right. offering care and support to others who are not necessarily part of their family, even just outside. But this is talking about taking care of yourself along with taking care of your loved ones and your community. This is talking about the obligation you have to yourself to take care of you. All right, Divine Masculine. Now, let's see if we can get 3 cards from the Archangel Power Tarot card for the Divine Male. And these are by Doreen Virtue and Mary Valentine. Let's get some advice for our Divine Male. Our Divine Males. Those responsible, supportive, self-sacrificing men in our lives. Oh, thank you. So, the 2 cards that came out for you here today, Divine Masculine, were Faith, Archangel Metatron. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, and do what gives you joy. And the second card that came up here for you was the 9 of Raphael. Make a wish. Dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. So, maybe you are starting to look out for yourself. Maybe you are starting to put yourself, or at least your needs, on this list of things to do, of all the things you have to do, of all that you're doing, of the struggles that you're going through. You're just about ready. A leap of faith. This is similar to the Fool card. And the 9 of Raphael is like the 9 of Cups or the 9 of Coins. Make a wish. Your dreams are about to become a reality because you've been so supportive of others. And it's time for you to see a little bit of a reward for yourself for a job well done. Beautiful. So now, our divine feminine. Y'all gonna talk about me, I know. I'm doing the best I can here. Katesh. Katesh's pleasure. Let's see, I want to make sure you can see that clearly. But her features, she's kind of wearing a mask there. It seems like, even as I'm looking at it. Right, so, Katesh. Here. Qetesh, Katesh. Hitesh, pleasure should be made a priority. Actively seek it. Do not forget what makes you happy. Become aware of the obstacles to your own pleasure. Hitesh was a Sumerian goddess, later worshipped by the ancient Egyptians. While she ended up as an aspect of Hathor, she was originally a deity of pleasure. Hitesh demonstrated that pleasure is sacred, and the sacred is pleasure. Her devotees believed that every time they experienced the fullness of joy, happiness, and pleasure, just for the sake of it, as long as it did not break the law, it was a prayer to the goddess. This may seem a strange way to look at pleasure, especially if we look at this through a traditional Western or Christian framework. Hitesh's cult viewed pleasure as holy rather than something to be controlled by guilt or regret or shame. If we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasures, whether it takes the form of laughter or play or sensuality or practicing our talents, we are less than whole. We need to recognize that over time, we are much less effective in our emotional and public lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. If we focus too much on serious issues and take ourselves too seriously, then our lives are not complete. Life, work, friends, and family can be overwhelming at times. And our rational minds seem to need every available minute of our time to cope with the demands of our everyday. Even those of us who have more physical natures, such as those who participate in sports on a regular basis, often turn the pleasurable activity into a mental game by making it a competition. A big part of pleasure is letting it go. This does not mean surrender, as in give up. It simply means to hand over all of your stresses and your worries. Of course, making pleasure the only goal in life is dangerous. When we focus on getting our own needs met without caring about others, we throw our lives out of balance. Remember, Hitesh's message is to seek pleasure, but not at the expense of others or at the expense of your own balance. Using other people is never okay. And when you pursue your own pleasure without thinking of how it affects others, you don't experience true pleasure at all. Okay, so sounds as if our divine feminine has been sacrificing of herself also. And she has been working very hard and putting everyone else's needs not ahead of her own. She's taking everybody's needs into consideration, and she is remembering to take pleasure in other things in order to keep her sanity, in order to keep her balance. And that's a good thing. As long as she remembers not to overindulge in any of these things. But in order to do what she needs to do, she has to seek pleasure somewhere to keep herself to build up her strength to go forward with the mundane things, with the day-to-day things, the day-to-day stresses. She takes the time to allow herself to feel her femininity, to feel her sexuality and her sensuality, to enjoy activities, nature, games, fun, so that she can be balanced, so that she can have enough stored up in order to do what she has got to do. Seemingly, it's in contrast to Jitsu, our divine male, who seems to be very apt towards, tends to, it seems, give of himself in support of others without tending to his own needs, or without remembering to tend to his own needs. Let me not start a fire here in the house. All right, so let's see if we can get 3 cards from the Archangel Michael's tarot deck for our divine feminine. Yes. This is about not overindulging, definitely, but letting your hair down every now and then, remembering who you are, remembering that you are a divine feminine. That doesn't mean that you have to answer to anybody for what your spirit, what your spiritual guides, what the Creator is guiding you to do. You don't have to answer to anyone about any of that. That's between you and the divine, because you are working on your soul contract. Keep that in mind. The 3 cards that came here for you, oh my, was number 15, the decision. Archangel Jophiel, release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. So you have to make a decision about the situation that you're dealing with at this time. Divine Feminine. The next card was the 8 of Gabriel. A great deal of activity. Sudden and immediate results. Important communications. That's similar, I guess, to the 8 of Wands in the regular tarot. And 17, the Star. Archangel Jophiel again. A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. Sounds like you're going to be getting some good news. You're going to be getting some good news, Divine Feminine. Something that you have been hoping for. Something that you've been dreaming of. Something that you've been worrying about that you should not have ever had to worry about. Because your own lack of self-confidence led you to this fretting. But there's something that you find out, some message that you receive that brings it all into balance and makes it all worthwhile and makes it all better. A dream comes true. Believe in yourself. It's the end of a difficult time. I guess you really will be having some pleasure then, won't you, Katesh? Excellent. That's beautiful. I am liking that. Very nice. Okay, so that's our message for our divine masculine and our divine feminine. So let's see what advice we can get for you guys and gals. Thank you all so much for having patience with me while I work this out. But I just wanted to do something nice and different for everybody. And this is kind of turning out pretty nice. Our divine male is going to take a leap of faith, and he's going to have his dreams come true. And our divine feminine is going to make a decision after a lot of stress and a lot of sleepless nights. She's going to get a message. You're going to get a message that's going to bring balance into your life. That's going to make your dreams come true also. Oh, shame. Thank you. I'm so honored to be able to bring you guys this good news. Now let's see what happens when we have a message here from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms guidebook, and that is by Colette Baron-Reid. Now remember, Colette Baron-Reid is the author of Postcards from Spirit. Okay, so we're familiar with her work. Alrighty, so we have 2 cards came out. One for each of you. At the bottom of the deck, both of you, GAIA'S garden, fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow. This card is the number 18. 18 is 9, 1, 9, right? Clearest. Well, it's really not a clear picture anyway. GAIA'S garden. So this is a 9, and 9 we know is a message from ancestors. For our divine masculine, the word Lord. This is about communication and praise. Also talks about dishonesty. This is 43. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 is creation. So maybe your dreams, that these dreams that are coming through for you, this leap of faith may have to do with, I'm getting, maybe you're going to write a book, maybe you're going to do some kind of creative communication, writing a book. It could also be that you get a communication in regards to you. Praise about some work or some communication that you have done, that you've engaged in. And this is going to lead to your taking, this is going to lead to your receiving this reality. Your dream is going to come, true because of this communication. Maybe you're writing someone a love letter. Perhaps you're writing a love letter to someone and you are praising them. But is that your honest feeling? Are you just flattering them? Or are you being sincere? Word King. The word Lord rules communication of all kinds and lets you know that positive interactions are being expected when he arrives as your friend. He only speaks with positive words and praises all that he sees. He reminds you of the laws of abundance and praise. When you bless the world, it blesses you back. When you say affirming, supporting words, they carry an energy that returns to you in a physical form. Remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe, seeking its reflection in manifest form. Your body responds to praise, as does everything in the world around you. Praise it for its inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything you do. Even the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills. Give thanks to the services you enjoy, and watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. This is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as a spiritual exercise. Say, "It is so, and it will be." It is a very auspicious sign when the Word Lord chooses to be your ally. Okay. So it also talks about the way you speak about yourself. Make sure that you affirm yourself while you are affirming others. That goes back to being supportive, right? You can support others, but make sure that you support yourself. Same thing here. Praise others. Don't forget to affirm yourself. Very nice. Now, for our divine feminine, the message here was the phoenix. Resurrection and surrender to change. Survival, rising from the ashes. Allowing yourself to be directed by the divine. And the star, this is going to be your dreams coming true. The end of a difficult situation that you survived. You rose. You rose. You surrendered to the change and you rose. This card is number 29, and 2 and 9 is 11. And we know that this is the master year, and 11 is the master number. So therefore, it's saying that you are going to manifest whatever this is. You, divine feminine, have manifested this through your strength, your ability to rise above the turmoil, the hurt, the pain, to go forward, to make the hard decisions that needed to be made in order to protect yourself, in order to protect those around you. Phoenix appears to you as a friend to celebrate your journey and to ensure your ultimate success. Very sad, I'm sorry. This is true even if it appears that you just passed through a metaphorical experience of death or are currently enduring a perception of failure in your life. Death and rebirth are related when you enter the realm of the phoenix. Seen in this light, nothing truly dies, but rather changes. going from one ending directly into a new beginning. The phoenix is constantly reinventing itself and rises up whole and new and even more powerful with every death it experiences. This could signal an end of a relationship or of a dynamic within a relationship, or an end of a job or a project, or even a life. Perhaps no failure is involved, but it's time for a complete overhaul of your circumstances. You may be tired of what you're doing, or you may know intuitively that it's time to move on and try something new. Whatever the case, a death of the old and a celebration of a new life are called for. Whatever you do now will indeed be a successful endeavor, for rebirth is imminent. Alrighty, that's pretty cool. And I was given, while I was reading that someone hurt you, or some people, someone's over time have hurt you, divine feminine. So each one of those experiences that hurt you, little hurts and the big ones, that came from people that you thought you loved and that you thought loved you, those are like little deaths to you, to your soul. Just like childbirth is a little death. They said, the old ladies used to say, the elder women used to say that the angel of death fly over your head 9 times when you're going through labor. And those of you who have been through labor, natural childbirth, without any drugs or anything like that, you know what that felt like. You know what that feels like. Right? Now, also talks about sexuality, because in some circles, orgasms are referred to as little death. That's the definition of it in some languages, little deaths. That, I think, goes back to your sensuality, divine feminine. That part of you that wanted to experience that type of pleasure is what helped you to survive. And again, that's why I'm saying don't allow anyone to judge you, because no one was there to help you. It was just you and the Creator, you and your spirit guides, you and the divine, you and God. And if there's judgments to be made, let God do the judging, not anybody else, especially those who never came to help, those who never even looked back until you had already handled everything. That's a problem of theirs, not of yours. So don't own that at all. Now, last card that we will be getting for both of you, and I think this is pretty cool, I like this, will be from The Sacred Rebels, and that's by Alana Fairchild. And Alana Fairchild is the author of The Journey of Life. As I said, this may be for a couple, but this is definitely for each of you separately, even within a couple. But because rebels need love too, because the gods and the goddesses and the titans and the siren, they deserve love. So let's see. The card that came for you today was number 22. She sees and she knows. She sees and she knows. 22. We just spoke about master numbers, and 22 would be another master number. So, got master numbers all over the place here. So let's see what that's talking about here. For the both of you, divine masculine and divine feminine, she sees, she knows. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentler knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You're therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now, or has recently come. Gently but firmly, from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or short-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation. Some that is far bigger than the immediate issue or the moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or long-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. You're being asked to think in terms of long-range happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. But if you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the natural forces of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process with absolute trust. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situations in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life purpose and path. This is a stage of preparation and of building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes ever more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away. Remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you, for it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. And all that is happening now. And it's happening to that end. And all that is happening now is happening better. It talks about the things that you have no idea about, stuff that's going on behind the scenes. All of those things. All those preparations. Everything is being prepared behind the scenes to give you what you know is coming. Right? She feels. She knows. Stand with this is an exercise for you to heal about this situation, so that you can regain your balance or keep your balance. Stand with your feet at hip width and your arms loosely and comfortably at your sides, slightly away from your body. Say aloud, I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me right now. And this is for male and female. This message is for you both. I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. Stand still and rest your eyes on one point. Or lightly close them if you can't do that without compromising your balance. Feel, sense, imagine, or perceive that there is a pure light switched on inside of you, almost as if an internal light switch was flicked on. Perceive or feel that the light is growing brighter and bigger and wider and more radiant. Allow it to shine outwards from within you, as if there were a vibrant sun at the center of your being, with its rays extended outwards in all directions. You are a radiant, glowing being. Can you feel the joy and uplifting happiness of this? When you're ready, say, I surrender what is into the loving fire of transformation, which illuminates the present and manifests the future, manifests the future in the highest creative expression of unconditional love. Be with that inner light for several moments and then place as much of your intention as possible into your feet, feeling the connection to the ground beneath you. Feel the present moment by being aware of the physical sensations of your feet. Feel their coolness or the warmth. Are they tingly? Are they cold or stiff and in need of some flexing and stretching? Move your feet as you wish, and in your own time, simply open your eyes. Move around and return to your day or evening. You have completed your healing process. Wow, that's beautiful. And as I said, that pertains to both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I think those are useful words for you both. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to share this with you. I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know by giving me a like, thumbs up, and making a comment if you feel like it. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, these channels, and share. Okay? Let's get these messages out. But especially like them. If you like them, then I'll do more of them. Maybe I can work one in for each astrological sign based on the number of likes. So let's do that, okay? Depending on how many likes I get, if I see there's a decent amount of interest, then perhaps we'll do these type of love readings for the rest of the cycle, right? Or at least the next cycle. Okay, so this is your divine masculine and divine feminine spiritual advice reading for spring 2018. All right, so this energy should last throughout the spring season. Let's go with it like that. Okay, so I'll be talking to you all very, very soon, and let me know how the volume is. Let me know, what you think about the quality of the picture, and I'll be talking to everybody real soon. Okay, thank you so much for your interest, and Ashe, Alaki.